Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. For today's video, I'm going to be doing another one of my Real Talk series. On my Real Talk series, I usually chat about being a makeup artist, my life, or just different topics in the makeup artist industry, getting clients and how you build your portfolio. If you guys are interested in those Real Talks, then I will definitely go ahead and link up the playlist that I have for the Real Talk series. I'm going to be doing my full face of makeup with a clean beauty brand. I have featured them on my channel before, and this actually is in collaboration with this brand. I'm going to be talking about Merit Beauty. If you guys don't know who Merit Beauty is, they are a clean, minimalistic brand that takes a more holistic approach to beauty. The founder and CEO of Merit Beauty, Catherine Power, began developing Merit more than 3 years ago when she was pregnant with her son, and she noticed that her beauty routine that she currently had started to make her sick. She pointed out that conventional cosmetics in the US contain more than 1,317 toxins. They're also full of allergenic ingredients and hormonal disruptors. With this in mind, she started the development of her cosmetic line, and in 2020, they finally launched Merit Beauty. I'm never going to talk about a brand on my channel that I don't fully support and 100% stand behind. Otherwise, I'll literally turn it down or not mention it, or just not work with the brand. The reason that I'm talking about this brand right now is because they are doing a Black Friday sale on their website, and this brand never has sales, guys. And they're offering 20% off for Black Friday. Now, Merit is sold on Sephora's website, and I know that the VIB sale just ended. It's basically like being a VIB Rouge without actually having to be a VIB Rouge. I'm gonna put a little picture up here telling you guys when the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales are going on. It looks like November 21st through the 22nd is when the VIPs get early access. Then November 23rd to the 27th, that's when everybody gets the Black Friday access. And then November 28th is basically the last call. So it technically ends on the 27th, but you can, I think, still do it on the 28th. And then they do have daily doorbusters going throughout those dates as well, which is awesome. They have limited edition deals on some of their most popular sets, which basically rotate every single day. So in case you guys wanted to try maybe like a handful of their products all at one time and didn't just want to pick individual things, you can also use that, of course, to give to your friends and family. I think it's a really great opportunity to go ahead and get Merit Beauty at a 20% off discount. I did also want to let you guys know that with any order over $40, it does ship completely for free. And then a signature bag does ship free with your very first order on Merit Beauty. And these bags are so cute. I think they're made out of like a corduroy kind of material. This is what mine looks like. They're just this really, I don't know what to call it, like a mustard yellow knapsack looking thing. It's very on trend with their brand. All you do is just untie it right here, and then you can tie it back up. You can use it as a purse, sling it over your shoulder like this. I take mine when I'm traveling, and I just put like all my makeup stuff into here so I don't have to carry like a separate makeup bag. They do have plastic packaging on their things, so it's not like your stuff will break. Let me just grab my hairband really quickly. I like wearing it when either I come out of the shower or when I'm doing makeup, but it's just like a little cute headband. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys up a little bit closer and we can get started. Maybe not that close. Okay. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is prep my skin. Now, Merit Beauty did recently come out with a serum, which I'm really excited about. I have never personally tried this underneath makeup, so I'm not sure how it's going to perform. This is the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. It does come in a glass bottle. It's a lightweight bi-phase serum that instantly hydrates and plumps skin for a smooth glass-like appearance. Since it is a bi-phase serum, the two ingredients separate on the top, kind of like oil and water. So you really wanna mix it together really well, and they said use about 2 to 3 pumps on your hand, and you kind of just massage it into your face. And okay, so all I'm gonna do is just rub it together in my hands. And I've been using this for the past like 3 days, I wanna say. I'm really looking forward to Merit actually releasing like more skincare stuff, or maybe some primers. Let me get onto the actual Real Talk series though. I wanted to start talking about coming out of bridal season, where my year's at, and what I'm now doing since I'm kind of coming out of it a little bit. I wanna say bridal season around here is April through October. Before I move on to my actual conversation, I wanted to go ahead and start applying foundation. This is the Merit Beauty Signature Lightweight Complexion Perfecting Stick, and I have mine in the shade Sand. It's basically a multitasking stick, so you can use it as a foundation or concealer or whatever you want to do. We'll be using this for my foundation and my concealer. It just twists up in a stick right here. So I'm going to be just drawing this on my face. And then meanwhile, I also wanted to talk about some brushes here that I got from Jessup Beauty. So Jessup is a Chinese brand. It was made in Hong Kong, it looks like. Jessup sent me a whole bunch of products, but I do do already use some of their brushes in my makeup kit. I have this thing from them, which is a magical foundation brush, and I'm going to use this to apply the Merit Beauty Complexion Perfection Stick. It's one of those dense kabuki style brushes, but it's in a heart shape, which I think is adorable. It's also really freaking soft too. I haven't used any of these brushes yet. I was trying to save them to unbox on camera and use for you guys. They also did send me a beauty sponge, and then I also got sent 2 different sets for brushes. So this is the Fantasy 7-piece makeup brush set. It comes in this bag. It almost is like a holographic kind of bag. These brushes are a little bit more cheaply made, but they are all synthetic brushes. This is the light gray 14-piece collection. I'm more so impressed with these. So since this is 14 pieces, this has like everything inside of it. So they are all like clean white handled brushes. These guys feel like so freaking soft. Like the quality of these is honestly really amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and draw on this complexion stick. Ooh, also this blends really nicely on top of the serum I put on. As I was saying though, I am coming out of bridal season right now, and being that it's a little bit slower, which I'm honestly really happy about, but it's kind of a give or take situation. So with being a freelance artist, your income's always going to fluctuate depending on the time of year that it is or however many clients that you have. This kabuki brush is blending it out really nicely. I already knew that I was going to hit a slow season right around November time, and I started saving all of the excess money that I had in my busier season, put it in savings, and now that is going to be kind of what I survive off of for a little bit until I go back into bridal season again in April next year. And yeah, you guys are gonna be like, well, that's like 3 whole months that you're not going to really be having like a stable source of income and everything. And yes, that is true. Like that is pretty much how freelancing works. Like you always have to, you know, have some sort of savings or have some sort of backup system just in case you do not have any clients in a single month like it happens. For instance, in January, like I only have like a couple of photo shoots scheduled and a couple of special events, but I don't have any weddings scheduled. I don't really personally like scheduling a lot of things in January and February just because our weather here is like very shitty sometimes. Like it sucks. I just overall do not really like taking weddings in January and February, and I'll pretty much just start advertising and taking weddings for March. So that's pretty much what you need to do, preparing for like slow seasons and everything. Of course, now I'm talking about it and you guys are probably like, oh darn, I wish I would have saved more now. Think about it for next year if you guys didn't do it this year. I use a smaller brush. What does this one look like? Oh, this is a nice like tapered kind of brush. I think I'm gonna use that for underneath the eyes. Ooh, yeah, that'll blend out really nicely. Pretty much just budget yourself and try to manage your money the best you can. That's literally the name of the freelancing game sometimes. Sometimes I have a stupid amount of money during actual bridal season where, you know, I'm making triple the amount of income that I honestly need to live sometimes. And it's really important to not just spend all that money like right then just because you have it. Like you need to put it into savings. You need to be able to budget yourself because otherwise you're going to be in this situation where you're just not going to have income for a couple of months and you wish you wouldn't have spent that money. And yeah, I'm honestly overall really excited to come out of bridal season because it was so busy this year. Like it's so busy. I had 40 weddings, I think, in total this year. And that's a lot to take on as one person. Now going into the holidays, I kind of don't book as much appointments because I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with my mom who now lives farther away at a lake house. You want to be booked and busy in your business to keep it afloat, but you also do want to still take personal time. That is one thing that I've learned throughout this whole entire process of me being a freelancer is literally just taking the time for yourself and taking time for your mental health. Like it's very important because I have bogged myself down. I have gotten really stressed. Okay, moving on here. I want to talk about this here. This is the bronzer stick they have. It is the Bronze Balm. I have mine in the shade Leo, which is the second to deepest shade. Now, the only thing I want to say about this is that Merit needs to expand their color ranges. I understand that they are a smaller brand and they may not have the funding for it because they literally just launched in 2020, but I feel like they've probably made enough sales by now to like release darker shades of things. I have actually used this a lot though, and it does glide on very easily. Like it glides on very smooth, it blends out. I do have to kind of go in with this a couple of times because I personally like to be a little bit more bronzed. It's not super dark like you would expect it to be for being the second to darkest shade. So I'm just gonna put it in normal bronzer spots. I'm gonna use a different brush for this. I'm gonna use like a fluffier, like bigger brush. I was going to use the Jessup Beauty sponge to be totally honest, but because of the fact that I kind of want the bronzer to show up a little bit more, sometimes I feel like sponges can just like absorb the product a little bit too much. As I was saying though, coming out of bridal season, I have looked at my numbers, and of course we all want our businesses to increase revenue every single year. I don't expect me to double my income every single year, although it did actually triple last year because I came out of 2020 and then went into 2021 last year. But then this year was pretty much the same as last year, to be totally honest. Like, I'm honestly kind of disappointed a little bit. I really thought that I would increase revenue by like maybe at least like $10,000 or something. And if you guys didn't know, I actually did make a whole entire video last year over what I made through the last 3 years of being a makeup artist. And I did reveal number figures. It's not just clickbait. Like, I literally did tell you guys and show you guys my accounting system and how I like track everything. I do also sell accounting templates on shopjulieruby.com. So that is the templates that I used for my accounting system. It's just on a Google document, so it can be shared, it can be changed, it can be, you know, uploaded and whatnot and converted into like a PDF file and everything for your accountant. I do have those still for sale on shopjulieruby.com, and I'll go ahead and link it. So I've gone in with this bronzer about like 3 different times now and had to layer it up. Do you guys have like this one spot like on your face that just doesn't hold pigment for some reason? Mine's like right here on this cheek, and it always looks super uneven. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is like something that's kind of random. I love helping you guys out, but I want you guys to keep in mind, I am still pretty busy with my own business. Like, I do not primarily do YouTube as my business. YouTube is more of a hobby for me, to be completely honest. I think my last video is when I released my what I make on YouTube income video. I'll link it up here for you guys. I do not make that much from YouTube every single month. It's not enough to live off of by any means. Like, it's not even enough to live off per week. Please take this with a grain of salt. I'm really not trying to be mean about this, guys. There's quite a few people that have direct messaged me on Instagram that have sent me like paragraphs of questions that I have already covered on my YouTube channel. There's a search bar on everybody's individual channels. There's a search at the top, and you just type in bridal pricing or something like that. Then every single video that I've ever made on my channel over bridal pricing will come up on that. I really would appreciate if people do a little bit of their own research before they automatically just come to me. I want to apologize because I feel like this came out a little bit too harsh. I'm mainly trying to say that sometimes people will automatically come to me with every single little question that they have, when it could be easily just looked up themselves or Googled or something before they actually just came to me about it. I do personally like to take the time and respond with as much detail as possible. However, I will have the occasional person that basically gets the answers that they want, reads the message, and then never responds and never says thank you. And this makes me feel like my time isn't necessarily respected. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to say with this. Especially when people ask me like about my kit and like things I have in it. Well, not everything works for one person as it does for yourself. So I would recommend like trying one foundation bottle, using it on yourself for like a month straight with like different products, and then seeing how it works. A lot of things are going to have to be trial and error. I also want you to keep in mind that every single product that you actually invest in that has the potential of going into your makeup kit, you can write off for taxes. I want to go on to my next product because I've been sitting here for a while and like talking about this. Next thing I want to talk about is this blush. It's called the Flush Balm. It's a cream tint that melts into the skin for a lip from within color that stays flush all day. I have like so many freaking brushes to choose from. Okay, hold on a second. I'm taking another brush from Jessup. It's more of like a flat, tapered kind of brush. I feel like this would be a little bit better to go on the cheeks. So I'm just gonna stamp in with it here. Oh, and this is the color Cheeky. Oh yeah, this brush applies really nicely. As you can see, it just gives a little bit of like a natural like rosiness. And I've actually been loving cream blushes recently. As I was saying, you definitely do have to spend money in like a pretty decent amount every single year to offset your taxes. Like, the whole entire point of like being in business is not to show a profit, or not to show like that much of a profit. Otherwise, you will get hit very hard in taxes. I got hit super hard in taxes this February when I had to pay them. I'm not gonna lie, like I did not expect to have to pay that much. And if I did not have a full-blown savings account, like I would have been in debt so much money. Like, it was thousands of dollars, guys. Like, it was a lot. Because if you guys didn't check out my income video of what I made last year as a makeup artist, your taxes are about 15% of that because they're self-employment taxes. I think it varies by state though, so you might have to check like in your state. And if you guys have to pay, I think more than like, I think $1,000 in taxes or something, it's either $1,000 or $2,000 in taxes. It's it's really smart to pay quarterly taxes. So I do work with an actual accountant. I don't do accounting myself. Like, I always get asked about tax questions on my channel, and I'm not an accountant. I'm gonna go back on with that bronzer really quickly. I think I just like blended away the bronzer. I do not have a license. I'm not a licensed CPA. I cannot consult with you about professional tax questions. I can only tell you what my accountant has passed on to me. I know that it's expensive, but I would highly recommend you actually hire a professional CPA to do your taxes every single year, because they will have the best business advice. They will find things that you can claim to offset your income, because you will need to offset it enough that you're not going to be paying out the butt in taxes. My accountant suggested that I had to set up quarterly taxes, because you always have to estimate what you think that you're going to make every single year, and then they set you up on like a payment system, and I pay them each quarter. I definitely would not recommend an individual to try to do like TurboTax or like try to do it yourself, because it's very freaking complicated when you're in business for yourself and you're trying to figure out your own like self-employment taxes. Like, each state has their own requirements. You may not know that you can claim certain things. Like, it's just nice to have like a professional that actually knows what they're doing and gets paid to know what they're doing to do your taxes. It's kind of like hiring a professional makeup artist. You could do your makeup yourself, but it does pay to have a professional do your makeup on your wedding day. It's the same thing with accountants. Like, you think you can do it yourself, but it really would be a lot easier and a lot smoother of a process if you hired somebody else to do it. I'm going to go into the highlighting balm that I have from Merit. This is honestly one of my favorite products from them. The only thing is though, it's not really good at longevity because it is more of like an oil-based balm. This is what the highlighting balm looks like. This is in the shade Cava, and it looks like this. Mine's more of a champagne kind of color. I actually like to go right on my hand and just kind of warm it up. That's what it looks like. Isn't it so pretty? And I'm gonna go ahead and take the same brush that I use for the blush, and I just usually dab it, because otherwise, if you guys don't do this method, it sometimes comes out like a little bit intense on the actual face, but like, look at how pretty that is. Like, it just gives you like a really wet, like dewy looking highlight. It looks so freaking pretty. Yeah, so that's all I have for tax advice as far as that goes. And again, I do sell accounting templates that will literally help you track your income, track expenses, track mileage, track basically whatever you need to like file taxes for yourself. And then all I do is keep all my taxes in a huge binder. I didn't even know this existed, guys. I bought a 6-inch binder on Amazon. Look at this. And then I just have tabs going all throughout this. I like to keep hard copies of things. I just have a tab for like expenses. There's my Shop Julie Ruby templates because I have to claim those separately. Then I have YouTube income, which is separate. And then I have like all my actual like business stuff for my makeup artistry things. I have this bag that I got from actually winning a bridal shower raffle. And I have all my receipts from all my purchases that I've ever made. And you want to keep everything just in case you're audited, and your audits can go back like 7 years. Going on here, I have like all my income receipts. So every single invoice that anybody's paid, I print that out. That's why it like looks so big, because it's like literally all of my transactions that I printed out. And then I just have all of my binder labeled by months for my makeup artistry stuff. So I have January through December in here. And then I also have like my affiliate links. So I make commissions through Amazon and also Magic Links. So I have to track those separately. So yeah, it's a whole entire thing, guys. That's like why I really encourage you guys to check out my business templates, or, you know, find some sort of tracking system for yourselves. It's really, really important to have super good records of everything. Next, I'm gonna go on to brows, because I realized that I have not filled in my brows yet. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, but it's fading a little bit because it has been about a year since I got them done. So I like to go into the brow gel. It's called the Volumizing Pomade, and it's in the shade brown. Kind of reminds me of the Gimme Brow by Benefit. Like, it has about the same shape. And then all I'm gonna do is just comb it through. And they do have 3 different colors of brows as of now. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but it kind of just warmed up my brows a little bit and filled them in. And I don't personally feel like these brow gels like hold super well, but if you do need just a brow gel to like fill in your brows and you want to do like minimal effort in the morning, then this is definitely the way to go. I'm gonna go into lips here. So I have the Merit Beauty signature lightweight lipstick. Their packaging is so pretty on these. I actually have put this into my makeup kit, so that's why it looks like this. I had to scrape it off the top just so I wouldn't be like contaminating it or anything. And I did buy this specifically for my makeup kit. And this is in the shade Lavenu. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm just gonna take my double-ended spatula. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of it right here. It's kind of like a brown tone red color. I'm gonna use this really freaking tiny brush. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like actually like an eyeshadow smudger brush, but I'm gonna use it for lips. I'm really impressed with these Jessup brushes. These are really nice. All right, and then the last product that I wanted to mention from Merit really quickly is the lip tint that is going on top of this. So I have the Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil. This is what it looks like. And I think that Taupe would actually look really pretty. They have like a really small like doe foot applicator, but this is more of like a neutral like mauve kind of tone. If you guys wanted to know what this one looks like alone, it looks very similar to my natural lip color. That is all the products that I have from Merit Beauty. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some false lashes and then I will hop back on camera. So I just popped on like really dramatic false lashes. That is pretty much about it for this video. Again, all the products that I used will be linked down below, along with all the information for the Merit Beauty Black Friday / Cyber Monday sales. So if you guys really did like this Real Talk series, definitely go ahead and give me a big thumbs up on the video. Comment any questions or just any like thoughts that you guys have, maybe your experiences with anything that I talked about down below. And then also, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I upload a ton of makeup artist related content. As always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.